Hi, Attorney Nicole Whipp here from the Family and Aging Law Center. Today, I want to talk to you about a really important legal topic, which is, should your house be titled into your revocable living trust? Now, from an estate planning perspective, there's going to be one answer, but from an elder law perspective, there's going to be a completely different answer. And that's why this topic is important, because very often you want to be accomplishing both things. You want to take care of the estate planning side and you want to take care of the elder law side. Before I get into this video though, let me remind you that everything that I talk about in videos is not intended, nor should it be construed as legal advice. I am not your lawyer unless you've hired me to be your lawyer. Everything I'm talking about is for general information purposes only and should be taken that way. And so if you have any questions about anything that I say in this video, the best thing to do is to consult with a qualified elder law attorney in your state. And when I say in your state, I also want you to know that what I'm talking about is specific to the state of Michigan. And so you may live in a different state, and what I'm about to talk about may have no application to you whatsoever, but it might, I don't know. And that's why you want to talk to a good elder law attorney. Okay, so let's talk about, should your house be retitled into your revocable living trust? Well, like I said, from an estate planning perspective, the answer is absolutely yes. And the reason is because if you have a revocable living trust, the purpose of having it is to avoid probate. That's the main reason people would have a revocable living trust in today's legal environment. And so you want all your assets to be inside your trust. You want to make sure that everything's properly titled to your trust so that you can avoid probate, right? Yes, that's the estate planning perspective. But when we get into the elder law issues, this is not so clear-cut. And in fact, well, it is clear-cut, but that is not the answer. The answer is not that your house should be titled into your revocable living trust. And the reason is because in the state of Michigan, a house that is titled into a revocable living trust becomes a countable resource when we talk about nursing home Medicaid. Now, if it's not in your revocable living trust and it's still in your name, it's what we call an exempt resource for nursing home Medicaid. We want resources to be exempt because that means that the state of Michigan, the federal government, and the nursing home can't look at that resource as available to you or to them when they're trying to count your assets for what your spend down is going to be. But if you put it into your revocable living trust now, that whole value of your house becomes available. This isn't a desirable result, right? But the next problem is we don't want to just leave the house in your name alone because, of course, we want to avoid probate. And we want to avoid probate for all the normal reasons, which I'm not going to get into this video. I've done another video on probate, and you are definitely free to watch that. But we also want to avoid probate because we don't want to trigger a situation where if you do need nursing home Medicaid, that now the state of Michigan can go in and do a thing that's legally allowed called estate recovery. And basically what that means is if your property goes to probate, whether it's your house or anything else, the state of Michigan can go in and take the entire value of that up to whatever they paid out for nursing home Medicaid in probate. Regardless of if you left it to somebody else, the state of Michigan has the legal right to do that. So you want to avoid probate for the regular reasons and to avoid Medicaid state recovery. And you want to make sure that your house remains an exempt asset. The answer to doing that in the state of Michigan is not to title your house directly into your revocable living trust, but to create a special type of deed. Now, if that is something that you want and you're in Michigan, please feel free to contact our office. We're very happy to help, or make sure that you contact a qualified elder law attorney. That being said, we look forward to hearing from you. We are always available to you at the Family and Aging Law Center.